Ever since I was a kid, I have always loved Batman, but I have not always collected comics. So there's a main problem there. This video is going to be about how I want to start my ultimate Batman comic book collecting journey. All right, it's gonna be a little bit different. I know I said I was making my absolute Batman video this weekend, and I am. So that is getting posted tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But this one's gonna be a little bit different, a little bit shorter. It's gonna be the beginning of a series that I hope to be doing the entire year. So ever since I have started reading Absolute Batman again, which is just a phenomenal journey. The new issue this week was just beautiful. I loved it. It's one of my favorite comic books ever. And I'm not a new gen, so don't say that. But it is now one of my favorite comic books ever, and I love it. And it's got me wanting to read every single Batman book ever, because originally my main experience with Batman was obviously all the movies, the old cartoons, all the good stuff like that. I'd never seen the animated series, and I'm watching that right now actually. But so my main experience was the movies and some comics and the New 52 run, and then some Justice League here and there, and then Long Halloween, Hush, all the big stuff. But I've never really done a big Batman run other than New 52. So I went to Heroes Con this year, and I got the first appearance of Bane, and that was kind of what kicked me off on the Batman keys. Okay, so I was like, this is really cool. And I saw the first appearance of Silver Age Scarecrow there for $250, but then I've seen it online for cheaper, and that just got me thinking about Batman keys, and I was like, damn, that'd be really cool to have a lot of Batman Rogue keys. And then I started thinking, dang, I really want to read every Batman comic book ever. Okay, so obviously I will not be doing that, and obviously you're not going to see me coming on here talking about how I got the first appearance of Joker, because I'm 20 years old and that's not going to happen. But obviously I think I can make a pretty good dent in this. So let me just tell you all my goals, and I would like this to be a pretty, not a long-ish series, maybe a year, a little bit over that, but I want to basically have a Batman collection in Omnis and Absolute Editions combined that covers basically every tentpole main Batman run or good Batman run and key events. So some of the ones obviously I do have are Long Halloween, Dark Victory, Haunted Knight. I don't have the Haunted Knight Deluxe, but I have those first two deluxes, and then I have every trade for Scott Snyder's Batman run. I have the first two Omnis for Morrison's run. I just have a lot of trades and random deluxes for my Batman collection, but nothing crazy. But I want to convert this all into omnibuses and Absolute Editions, but Omnis if possible. So, I'm selling most of my trades of those, but I'm not going to sell a trade unless it is being converted straight into an Omni. So right now I'm selling all my Grant Morrison deluxes, and I am probably going to keep my Long Halloween deluxes because I really like those, but I am definitely going to pick up the Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale Batman Omni, because there's Catwoman, When in Rome in that, and I have not read that yet. But anyways, I can go over the complete list here because I even printed it out like professional. And this, I don't really have a specific order for this. It's going to be more of a fun thing, and every time I get one of these in, I will make a full video reviewing each one. So first, I will start off with the collected editions, and then I will move on to the keys and show you what I already got. So starting off, Absolute Year One. I know this is really hard to find sometimes, and it might be in print now, but I'm not sure. Again, this is not in order. I'm just going over the ones I'm going to get. Hopefully, Absolute Year One. Any form of Deluxe Year Two, I don't think there's an Absolute Edition. I have the Long Halloween Deluxe, Dark Victory. I have the Long Halloween, Dark Victory, Haunted Knight, all three deluxes. I don't own When in Rome. So for that one, I'll just get that Omni, and next, I do have Absolute The Killing Joke, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I need to figure out some way of collecting Arkham Asylum. I don't know the best way to. And before I get into it even more, please, if you are interested in following for this journey, please hit that subscribe button and tap that bell so you can see when I'm posting about these. And comment down any tips below you have on collecting these or runs I may have missed, or just any thoughts you have. And then moving on, the Cult Deluxe, which I do have in Deluxe Edition already. Nightfall Omnibus 1, 2, and 3. Road to No Man's Land Omni, and I think there's some other runs leading into No Man's Land, but I think they're in that omnibus, but I'm not sure, so I don't know. And then No Man's Land Omni 1 through 2, and then the Batman by Paul Dini Omni, and then Grant Morrison Omni 1 and 2. I already have. I do not have 3, so I need to get that. And then I'm going to go for Batman and Robin by Peter Tomasi Omni, and then the Batman by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo Omni 1 and 2. I already have all the trades, so I will obviously still need to be picking those up at some point, but I'm going to... Okay, and another thing, I will not be paying cover price for any of these if possible. So I'm going to do the best thing I can to get these for cheap. If you guys have any tips or want to help out at all, just let me know, because that is my goal. I'm obviously not going to be dropping like 4 racks just on all these Omnis if I can avoid it. But I'm doing a lot of research. I'm going to be hitting on eBay, Target's website, Walmart's website, maybe some in store if I can get a good deal, or maybe some at shows. But that's kind of how I'm going to be pricing these. So I'm looking to not spend cover price on any of these Omnis if possible. And I'm not a person to support, like, obviously the digital market for comics. I love supporting physical media as much as possible, and I don't really like to give money to Amazon, but if possible. But if it is a $80 difference for one book, I'm going to have to take that cheaper option. So let me know if y'all have any tips for that. Moving on, we have next up the Batman by Tom King Omni 1 and 2. And then after that, we have James Tynion's Omni 1 through 2. And then some form of collecting Black Mirror from Scott Snyder, Absolute Hush if possible, or maybe the Hush Omni. And then Under the Red Hood Deluxe, I have the trade, not the deluxe. And then Absolute White Knight, and then the Batman Adventures Omnibus. So that is the whole collection run that I have my sights on now. And the ones on there that I do already have in some form or fashion, I will be doing those last, but I'm still going to get to those eventually. But like, I have Hush in 3 different forms. I have hardcover, trade, and compact, so I'm not going to do that one first. But like, so I'm thinking my first one is going to be Tom King's Omnibus. And I'm also not going to read these in this order either. I mean, I might do some of them, but I want to read, like, I really want to read Tom King's run. I've been wanting to read that one for a while. But so yeah, let me know if you guys have any tips or runs that you think I missed, or and I need to add stuff like like Batman Ego and Gotham by Gaslight. So I'm not sure, but yeah, so I need to add a couple more things on there, but that's just the main scope so far. And then, so yeah, let me know if you guys have any tips on how I should be collecting that. If you know anywhere that would be a best place to get them, yada, 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 or any runs that I missed. Moving on, now we have some of the key issues that I would like to be hunting. I will start off with what I have. We have the first Damian right here, okay? And I'm not looking to get any of these graded if possible. I think it would be cool to have them all raw. And then, obviously, these aren't huge keys, but there's some minor keys, okay? New 52, issue number 1. I have every issue of this run, by the way, as well. So, first full appearance of the Court of Owls, New 52, issue number 6. And I also have the first appearance of Mr. Bloom. I know that's a minor key, but I need to grab that as well, because I want to get, like, all Batman major or minor first appearances in this list. And then we have the first appearance of Bane. And I think it would be cool. I don't know if I want to put them all in top loaders or comic capsules or what, but they are all in crisp Mylar, and that is going to be the goal here. And then, so that's what I have so far, and then this is what I wrote down for what I would like to chase down first, okay? First Red Hood. Deal with that is, we have 2 copies in our comic book collection, but our comic book collection is a nightmare, and I have no idea where they are. So once I find those 2 copies, I'm going to sell one of them and put that money right back into getting some of these Omnis/keys. So that one is not checked off, but it is on here. And then I would like to do first Firefly, first Killer Croc, maybe first and second, because I know his first appearance is kind of like a Hulk 181 situation where he's in like one panel, I think. I don't know a whole lot about these. I just wrote down kind of what I want them to be. And then maybe one of the clay faces. I don't know which one. Obviously, the original one is way too expensive, but I can't remember who the first one is. I think it's Basil Carlo, but I think Matt Hagen is the second. I want to say, if I could get the first appearance of Matt Hagen, that would be what I would like to do. I think that'd be cool for the movie as well, and I just watched those episodes of the animated series, and it was super sick, so I need to do some more research on that. But then, for the finale, one of the main books I want to get a pretty solid copy of, and none of these keys I want like huge quality, super nice quality. I just want them to be like solid, like kind of like how this first Damian is. Like, it looks great from afar, but I wouldn't get this one graded because there's, see if you guys can see it. So there's a couple spine takes on there, so it's nothing graded, but this is probably like a 7, maybe. So like a 7 or higher. I mean, maybe not even that. Maybe not like a graded number, but if there's spine takes, I don't care, unless as long as it's not like a huge tear. But like, I just want the cover to look nice. So I'm not going to be getting any with like faded colors or tears. Ideally, like, for example, let me show you here. Like, I got this first Mr. Miracle, and this one is real faded right here, and there's a tear on the back page. Obviously, you can't see that, but like, I won't be getting any copies like that for this one, because I do love copies like that, don't get me wrong, and I will get them on most books any day of the week. But for that one, or for this series, I think I want to go a little bit nicer on the keys and I'll spend that extra buck. But let me know what you guys think. I'm going to post a corresponding like mini video of this on my TikTok channel. So go check that out if you have not. But yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully I will see y'all on the next either key, pull, or Omni. I don't know. Who knows what it's going to be, but comment down below what tips you guys got. And I will see y'all tomorrow for the Absolute Batman video. Peace out.